Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. I'm Get Good Guy, and today we're back talking about the June 27th patch, and more specifically, we're going to be looking at the super exciting support class LMG, the Burton LMR Trench. Right off the bat, I can say that I love this weapon already, as you could no doubt tell from the title and thumbnail of the video, and we'll go into why very soon. But if you don't have this beast yet, I produced a guide on how I unlocked it nice and quickly a couple of days ago. I'll link to that in the description and my pinned comment so you can go and get your hands on it yourself. Plus, I'll also be covering as many of the new weapons and variants as I can manage from the patch. So if you're new here, a subscription and turning on notifications would help you to keep up to date with those. So, the Burton LMR Trench. It's not yet had its details added to Simthic.com, so I'll be focusing on the in-game stats and my personal experiences so far. And let's dive right in with the big important stuff. It shreds people. Like, imagine cheese being grated. Or like, imagine your knee when you fell on concrete as a kid. That kind of shredding. For comparison, the BAR, the LMG 08/18 and the Parabellum are all fast-firing options for the support class, right? The BAR and the 08/18 fire at 600 rounds per minute, and the Parabellum fires at 700 rounds per minute. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those are now rookie numbers, because the Burton fires at an eye-watering 830 rounds per minute. That shreds city people. That's the same rate of fire as the Annihilator from the Assault class. Therefore, it would be safe to assume that this thing kicks around like crazy, right? Well, have you seen my footage? With decent recoil management, you can easily pick people off at mid-range, and tap firing allows you to challenge at the closer end of long range from time to time. And this is on console. Imagine what can be done with mouse and keyboard. Honestly, the Burton Trench is absolutely lethal, and nowhere near as crazy unwieldy as you would imagine from that high rate of fire. Sure, it does less damage per bullet than most, if not all, other LMGs, but with the rounds flying out that quickly, it honestly doesn't matter most of the time. Just hose those enemies down. But there must be balance, right? And there is. Firstly, it can only utilize 20 rounds per reload. So if you choose an LMG because you like to have loads of ammo, or because you want to lay down consistent suppressive fire, this isn't your option. Also, no bipod. You can't laser beam people across the map with the Burton, which is going to be a problem for a lot of support playstyles. But personally, I'm pleased about this. One, because I'm bored of having to do that with the vast majority of LMGs. And two, it's weak in that department literally because it's so strong in ways the support class just isn't used to anymore. This is a trench variant and it performs accordingly, not like some trench LMGs where the TTK 2.0 changes made them pretty poor at hip firing and close range fights even though they are trench variants. The Burton is a CQC monster. You can hip fire people down for days, out to surprising distances sometimes. It kinda gives me Annihilator Trench vibes in that respect as well. Sometimes I really don't expect to be able to hip fire effectively from some ranges, and yet I find that I can. So the Burton Trench is the complete antithesis of what we've become used to with the support class, and in turn what many people have been complaining about. This is a true run and gun LMG, and it's bags of fun to boot. You'd probably expect that great hipfire would mean mediocre ADS capabilities. Well, nope, not for me. As stated earlier, the Burton doesn't kick around anywhere near as much as you'd expect for a high rate of fire weapon, and ADS firing is surprisingly stable. Then we come to the bonus strengths. The Burton has a bayonet, something we aren't used to with the support class. It also has an alternative fire mode, but this fire mode doesn't change the rate of fire for the Burton. Instead, it gives you incendiary rounds. Apparently these deal extra damage to planes and unarmored vehicles. I haven't actually taken a vehicle or plane down with it yet in my limited time I've used it, but I hear that it's very effective. You do only have 20 rounds still though, so my tip when you're taking on planes is to aim for the wings. I've seen a lot of reports of wings being absolutely wrecked by Burton incendiary fire, but also keep in mind that the incendiary rounds are weaker against infantry units, so you can't just run around with incendiary rounds all the time for no drawback. Oh, and we should probably throw in at the end that the Burton has pretty good damage drop-off stats in a specific sense, which is just as well considering the low damage per bullet. It maintains its max damage out to further than most LMGs, but it will then drop off a cliff suddenly, so keep in mind that at longer mid-range to straight up long range, you'll actually be doing your minimum damage earlier than with most other LMGs. Basically, this is a close to mid-range beast, but it's lacking at long range, especially considering it doesn't have a bipod. So overall, I absolutely love this weapon. It's perfect for how I like to play the game, and has given the support class a new lease of life. For other people that like to use LMGs in the more conventional sense, this might not work for you, but give it a try and see if you like it. This has all been stat-based with my opinion mixed in, so feel free to share what you think of the Burton LMR Trench in the comments below. Now let's go over to the Board of Awesome for the epic people who allow you to get content from me full-time by supporting the channel on Patreon. They are the main reason you're watching this video right now, so thanks to everyone on here. If you want to join them on the Board of Awesome, the link to the Patreon page is in the description and in my pinned comment. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you don't want to miss future videos, including the coming weapon and variant reviews from this same patch, turn on notifications with the bell button and select to always be notified on the options tab that should then pop up, and then feel free to like, share and subscribe. I'm Get Good Guy, and I'll see you next time. Laters.